People Station V103, the ATL's #1 hip hop and R&B. Inviting the entire planet to tune in, turn up, and watch V103.com. My brother from another mother, a.k.a. I'm going to the Hall of Fame. I promised you a Hall of Fame situation. Mr. T.O. Terrell Owens in the building. What up?
What's up? Appreciate
What's up,
it.
81?
What up, Big T?
What's happening with you?
Man, I can't call it.
Are you excited yet?
No, I mean, you know what? The moment has come, and like I said, everybody should know. Get your popcorn ready.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, it's been a long time coming.
Indeed.
I think a lot of fans have been just as irritated, frustrated, annoyed with the process in which guys are nominated and ultimately inducted. So this is a moment that I get to share with my true friends and family.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I was so happy for you because I was so disappointed last year.
I appreciate it.
A lot of people were disappointed. Like, what you mean? How you mean?
Right.
Brother was sleeping in a bubble, made it back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the only two people sleeping in the bubble, me and Mike. Michael Jackson.
Sleeping in the bubble.
Yeah.
Indeed. T.O.'s in the building. What's good, brother?
Man, I'm just chilling, man. Just out here in the ATL, just doing some post football stuff, doing some business stuff. So it's always good to get back into Atlanta and get out on the scene and see some familiar faces. So yeah, man, I'm enjoying it.
One of my favorite commercials that a lot of people really wanted to see happen that really never happened was a Nike commercial in which Michael Vick was throwing the T.O. and the world was like, when?
Right.
And I remember when it came out, I was like, dude, tell me this is happening. You was like,
Right, it was just a commercial. It was just a commercial.
But it was an awesome commercial.
It was. And so, again, you think about what, the dynamics that Mike Vick brought to the game, just the excitement. They had the Mike Vick experience.
Right.
And you think about what I was bringing to the table on the West Coast, coming out here trying to destroy the Falcons when I could. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you think about that dynamic, man. Like I said, I would have loved to have played with a guy like Mike Vick. I mean, this guy was electrifying. I mean, just to see what he could do with his arm, but obviously with his legs. And the closest thing I got to Mike Vick was probably, as a mobile quarterback, was probably Donovan McNabb.
Right.
So throughout the course of my career, I played with a lot of versatile quarterbacks that sometimes didn't have the arm strength, but they were versatile, got outside the pocket and made some things happen. You think about Garcia, you think about Romo. So again,
that's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback. You know it. Yeah.
So let me ask you, Mr. Terrell Owens, Hall of Famer, and I don't know if this question has already been asked. Exactly what uniform you gonna have on in the Hall of Fame?
That's a $1 million question. It's
tough for you.
It is tough, but I mean, I've made a decision. Actually, I've already called the owner of that organization and asked their blessings for that, and so I've already done it. So
it's a surprise.
Yeah. I'm not gonna reveal it just
not
yet.
Until
I don't know. I don't know when the reveal is going to be, or when I can, or when it has to be, according to some of the processes with the Hall of Fame. But they know.
Because I mean, let's see, you made it to the Super Bowl with the Eagles,
right?
But you had a record-setting performance with the 49ers.
Yeah.
Clearly, all of your best celebrations was down in Dallas.
Right, yeah.
Even though one of your best celebrations was before you got to Dallas.
Yeah, it was in Dallas.
It was in Dallas.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I have a few great candidates.
Okay.
So again, like I said, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah, I mean, I even have some stuff. I'm getting some stuff documented. Working on a documentary with my road to the Hall of Fame. So look out for that. So
nice.
I got a lot of things that's in the work. But again, this whole process is it hadn't been difficult or complicated at all. I think everybody has been waiting for this moment, just as I have for the last 3 years.
Amen.
So again, like I said, I mean, it's going to be a day, honestly, that I get to reflect on my career and honestly, I think my career was kind of incomplete because I could have still been playing.
Right.
So other than that, man, this is going to be a moment where, like I said, I get to really share with the true friends and family and people that helped me get to where I was.
So as you get a chance to sit here and reflect, because clearly that's what happens when you get to this point, do you regret any of the what people used to say with the TO issues, so to speak, the sit-ups in the driveway?
No, not at all, because you think about where social media is right now and the platforms that we have to really kind of dispel some of the things. I mean, I could have definitely done that back in the day. today because there was a lot of speculation as to what was going on with those situations, whether it was in San Francisco or Philly or Dallas. Again, like I said, regret is a strong word. When you think about, and people that know me, my grandmother raised me, and so I feel like she's done a great job in terms of when you see a lot of these guys getting in trouble, all the off the field issues. When you think about domestic violence, you think about sexual allegations, you think about the DUIs and all that. I've never had any of those issues. So when you start to question character, that should be a reflection of that. And so for me, I've had none of those issues. So that shouldn't even come into play. But no regret. I mean, I could have done a lot of things differently, Big Tig, no doubt. I mean, I stand here to, sit here today and not saying that I'm perfect by any means. I made some poor decisions and poor choices, as we all have. And
we also have some fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So outside of that, man, like I said, outside of that, man, no regrets. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
That's what's happening. T.O., Hall of Fame in the building. We talked about celebrations a little bit, and I remember you were kind of like the prototype, and now that the NFL's brought him back in full effect, how do you feel about that?
I mean, again, a lot of people, like I said, Tigger, I never really thought I would play beyond the collegiate level.
Really?
So, So to have done a lot of the things that I did in the National Football League just off pure will, my desire, my dedication, and my discipline to the game. A lot of people say, man, I was a trendsetter. You think about the Antonio Browns, the Odell Beckham Jr.'s, what they're doing with the game, bringing some excitement. I think the league now realize, what I was doing that they said was frowned upon at that time. Now they're embracing it because they've seen the audience viewership go down, due largely to a lot of social issues and just the fact that fans realized that there was no fun being, implemented into the game.
Two more questions. I'm going to get you out of here, T.O.
No, I like this, man. I'm out here all day.
It's real conversation.
You got me.
You talked about the social issues. Do you think Colin Kaepernick should be playing quarterback this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think that RG3 can get a job, of course.
There's a couple of people way worse than that with a job.
True, but we're talking black quarterbacks,
right.
So that's part of the issue. When you think about racism, I mean, it's definitely prevalent. I mean, you think about his stance in which he took the knee. You think about our idiot president, and the deflections of trying to make it about the flag. These are issues. These are the reasons why Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job. Politics plays a big part in that, and it's very unfortunate.
T.O. sitting here. All right, I'm going to get you out of here on this one. Give me your top 3 receivers in the league right now.
Top 3 in the league right now. I give you.
Remember, you're in Atlanta.
No, I got you. Julio Jones is in my top 3.
Okay.
So AB is number 1. I say Antonio.
AB is a problem.
Yeah, exactly. and it's a toss up between him and Odell Beckham Jr. And I say that with Julio. This guy, this guy
Julio remind me a lot of you.
But exactly. But what hasn't really put him at the top is just the injuries that he's had. And honestly, like I said, that's part of the game. Again, like I said, if he can put a string of seasons together where he's consistently healthy and just to rack up the amount of yards which he can do with Matt Ryan and the offense and just his playmaking ability, then it's a no-brainer. Now he's up there with Antonio Brown, because the radius in which this guy can make plays is off the charts. You saw what he did pretty much single-handedly, even though they lost the Super Bowl, what he did in that game. I mean, you throw this ball anywhere in his vicinity.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it. You know what I mean?
Just throw it.
So again, the guy is an extreme talent. So there's my top 3.
There it is. T.O., good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the Hall of Fame.
Appreciate it, bro.
I'm very proud and very happy to not only call you my friend, but to see you get your just due. Because I used to tell people, this brother is for real about this. And he was like, nah, Tigger, I can't eat that. I'm about to, I need my blender. He was serious about it.
Hey, you got to do it, man. It's that sacrifice, man. That's what prolonged the longevity of my career, man. You just got to take pride in it. You think about what LeBron James is doing. It's an investment, bro. You got to have it.
Tell me how to follow you on social media.
At Terrell Owens, man.
There it is.
All the way across the board.
81's in the building, my guy. Y'all don't go too far. More Big Tigger Show when I get back on V103.